Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'll be playing some more RPCS3 PlayStation 3 Emulator and just showing how the AMD Ryzen 79800X 3D handles using that program to emulate PlayStation 3 games. It's very CPU intensive. So I have been able to increase my max boost clock to around 5.68 gigahertz, so just shy of 7 gigahertz, 5.7 gigahertz. But it would only do that when let's just say the conditions allow, thermal limits, power limits, things like that. But generally I will boost it 5.65, so I got a little bit of extra performance out of it. I'm using the RTX 4090 as well, but with the emulator, its GPU is quite redundant. It doesn't really matter so much as some other emulators. It can be the opposite. But I'm just going to go through my settings. I'm using God of War, of course, at version 1.03. This is the latest version. And for the CPU, for the recompiler, just using the LLVM, and I'm using Mega for the SBU block size. For the GPU, I'm using base resolution at 1080p, but I've upscaled it to 3840 by 2160 with a resolution scale threshold of 1x1. This is meant to accurately upscale it to 4K. I'm also using FSR, shader quality at ultra, anti-aliasing at auto, but frame limit at 60. Now, if you're wondering why I've capped the frame rate to 60, the game does seem to crash when you unlock the frame rate. It also goes into kind of turbo mode, so the audio goes out of sync. It's basically not worth it. Things start speeding up way more than they should, and it doesn't play correctly. So I've locked it at 60, and you still need a fast CPU to do that. 16 times anisotropic filtering and precise slowest for the Z-Cull accuracy. Still using right color buffers for additional settings. You may or may not need to do this anymore. The emulator just continues to evolve. And I'm also using async for the shader mode. And in the advanced setting, I've got the driver wake up delay at 200. This is meant to be the recommended to kind of prevent crashes, but whether or not you still need to do this, I'm not too sure. This is just what I remember. And I've got VBlank at 60 because we're not going to try and exceed 60 hertz, so there's no real point. For the core PPU non-Java mode, fix up and PPU SBU LLVM recompilation is also enabled, and that's it. Under RSX FIFO automatic is probably the best to use as well. So that's it, nothing too special. Let's get straight into it. So it'll always build a few, it'll cache a few shaders if necessary. And yeah, you're pretty much straight into the game. Okay, so I'm just going to start a brand new game.
My vengeance ends now. Zeus! Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus! The Titans will fail again!
Okay, let's see what the 9800X 3D can do. I hate these things, there's so many of them. Poseidon. Seeing this for the first time on PlayStation 3 was epic. I still remember playing it for the first time. I was just blown away by the graphics. It's just playing super smooth though, it's barely dropping any frames. I don't think I've seen it drop any frames. There's so much action going on the intro scene, so the fact that it's just holding 60 is pretty impressive. So we've got to fight this thing now. Dropped a few frames there, but so far it's been pretty solid. This is still one of the most epic intro fights in any game. Trying to put some work in on Poseidon right now. Yeah, I think I stunned him. This Kratos was such a savage, man. Literally just pulled off his bottom jaw. Okay. It's played pretty perfect so far. Absolutely zero complaints. And you can see the RTX 4090 is just completely redundant. 11 to 15% usage I've seen. So it's not really involved. This is all CPU. Shimmy across here. Some minions waiting for me. You can barely tell this is being emulated. It's playing so well. I don't see why Sony doesn't just officially let the PS5 and the PS5 Pro emulate these games. There should actually be an emulator program you can purchase or download and then, you know, somehow get their old games back ported. That would be pretty epic. save them from having to remaster everything. Let's give people the opportunity to play the originals. Okay, let's get back after Poseidon. Still holding 60 pretty nicely. You can see the emulator barely uses any VRAM. Just over 3.5 gigs. So you don't really need high-end graphics card at least to run this. But you will need a high-end CPU to get really nice smooth frames. Guys going through it with Poseidon. Yeah, seeing things like this on the PS3 era, it was unheard of. Really don't need all of this, but I'll just grab it anyway. So I've got to fight the Centaur now. Come on, let's go. Don't know who you're messing with, man. I didn't realize he grabbed me there. Oh man, how did he get out of that? Okay. Pressing the wrong key. Alright, got him now. Man, this rips his intestines right out. That's what I mean about this Kratos, is a complete savage. Okay, they're dealt with. Okay, so I just gotta pull that lever, get up the ladder as quickly as I can and jump across. Fairly simple. As I can say, everything's silky smooth. Okay, now I can get back to fighting Poseidon.
Hurry, Spartan!
Okay, round 2. Let's go. Might as well use up my magic while I can. Okay, let's go. What now? Looks like its weak spot. There, let's pull its chest open. That was just all silky smooth. I think that's the best I've seen it since been playing this emulator. And Poseidon's still alive, so we need to finish him off. Okay, alright, got his heart now. Even though the 8 core is not getting maxed out in terms of load, the load is actually pretty strenuous. That's why the temps are in the 70s. Let's pull this out. Okay, let's slot it in here. Everything just looks nice and crisp. Got some enemies waiting. You guys don't stand a chance. I wonder what people would have thought if they actually got to enjoy this at 60 FPS for the very first time back in the PS3 days. Still more of you guys. Okay, round 3 now with Poseidon.
Challenge me, mortal? A god of Olympus? A true warrior does not hide, Poseidon! Leave the sea and face me! You have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos!
You can see some parts are a little bit sped up, because I guess the game was just never really meant to run at 60 FPS. Damn it, missed. There was an opportunity to get out, but missed it. Won't miss this time. I actually get to fight this fool. I put as much damage in as I can.
Greatness of Olympus!
Come on, do some more damage. Okay, let's go quickly climb up. What you know? This thing's still alive, come on.
All of Olympus unites against you!
Yeah, well, that's not going to be enough. Finally took this fool down. Get to finish him off now. Well, I've been waiting.
Zeus should have kept you where you belong. No matter how many gods fall, there will always be another to stand against
They
you.
will fall as well.
The death of Olympus means the death of us all.
Then prepare for your death, Poseidon.
Princess is putting some work in on this dude. Anyway guys, that was God of War 3 on the 9800X 3D and RPCS3 Emulator. As you can see, it's working pretty well now.
Kratos, the death of Zeus is within our reach. Climb to my hand.
And if you had any urges to play it again, it's definitely going to be very, very playable with this setup. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.